Hello, welcome to show number 4 of OCPL Presents Shakespeare Unstaged. And the first one up is me to give you announcements about Love's Labor's Lost and the rest of the SSITP lineup. And you can see behind me in my virtual screen, you can almost see it, the poster for Love's Labor's Lost, which I am now going to try to show you the whole thing and share my screen. And here it comes, and there it is. Okay, so there's the whole poster. You've seen the progress of this poster over the last 3 weeks. You mostly saw this the last 2 weeks, and now we've added our sponsors. I won't read all of them, and the dates of the show, and it is a virtual show. Even though at the bottom it says Thorndon Park Amphitheater or virtual, it is going to be a virtual show. So I want you to know that. Okay, next I have an announcement about our kids program. We just had a meeting this week about kids. We have 3 kids registered already. This is our 16th season of doing our kids program. It's for 5th through 12th graders. Yes, thank you, Mike. For 5th through 12th graders. Anne Childress, who is over there on my screen, yeah, she's waving. Thank you, Anne, is one of the teachers. Michelle Mansour is another. We have 3 kids already registered, but we decided this week to hold the registration down to 8 in case we are allowed to do it in person so that we can allow for social distancing. And we will do that if we can. Otherwise, it will be a virtual kids program, and we will do it like we're doing this, but we'll do it with kids. And as I was just saying to Simon, I'll be the RB taxi service to get all the materials around to the kids so they can do everything with the teachers. We have specialty teachers come up and they teach them about costuming and English country dance and Renaissance dance, and it's a very, very cool program. So if you have a child between 5th grade and 12th grade, check out the SSITP website and you'll find out more information about it, and sign your kid up for it. One way or the other, we're doing it. Only 5 spots left. Okay, so I think I'm just about done with my time, and I'm going to throw it over to the OCPL person, who is the communication assistant, Cara Luddy. And Cara, take it away and tell us about OCPL.
Hi, I'm Cara, and I'm the communications assistant at OCPL. And my updates for you this week are gonna be sharing, I'm gonna be sharing some early literacy resources that we have available on our website that you can check out. So I'm going to share my screen and I'm going to show you how you can access those. So on our website, when a few weeks after libraries first shut down, we partnered with the Early Childhood Alliance to start offering more early literacy developmental resources for children under the age of 5. So this is a really tough time for everyone right now, but if you have young children, it is really, it's a lot of work to keep them engaged, make sure that they're still learning. So we put together some resources to help everyone. So you can go to the website. It is onlib.org/makingsmallmomentsbig, and you would click on the age group of your child. So if you have a toddler, if you click on toddlers, wait for it to load. And then we have activities and tips for every weekday. We have 5 weeks worth now. So if you were just starting, you could click on Monday, week 1. And let me zoom in. So you'll see here that we have activities and things that you can do with your children for every part of the day. So when they wake up in the morning playtime, lunchtime, and then all the way to bedtime. So these are things that are going to help your children's brain continue developing. You know, the ages 5 and under, their brains are growing so quickly every day that it's really important that you continue to talk to them, engage with them, communicate with them, and just help their imaginations grow, all that great stuff. So that is Making Small Moments Big. So I'm going to exit out of that, and I'm going to show one more early literacy resource that we have available. So if you go to Find, go to eBooks and More on our website. Wait for it to load, and then scroll down to Tumble Books. So Tumble Books is a new resource that we have. They are animated talking picture books. There is an app too if you're using an iPad or an iPhone or an Android phone. So you can click on the link, Tumble Books, and you'll just get instant access to all of these awesome picture books that are perfect for young children. And yeah, I think that's my time, and that is my OCPL update. So I'm going to stop my share.
Let's hear it for Cara. Woohoo. Thank you. All right, now we're going on to our next people, and we have a group of people. I'm very thrilled about having these people on. This is the first time we're having actors from Love's Labor's Lost. Not only are we having actors, but we're having all the lead actors. So we have John Triana, Aaron Alexander, Mike King, and Derek Powell, and they are playing the king and the three lords. And the scene is sort of self-explanatory. It's Act 1, Scene 1. Gentlemen, take it away.
Let fame that all hunt after in their lives live registered upon our brazen tombs and grace us in the disgrace of death and make us heirs of all eternity. Therefore, brave conquerors, for so you are, that war against your own affections and the huge army of the world's desires, our late edict shall strongly stand in force. Navarre shall be the wonder of the world. Our court shall be a little academe, still and contemplative in living art. You three, Barone, Dumaine, and Longueville, have sworn for 3 years' term to live with me, my fellow scholars, and to keep those statutes that are recorded in this schedule here. Your oaths are passed, and now subscribe your names.
I am resolved. 'Tis but a 3 years' fast. The mind shall banquet, though the body pine. Fat paunches have lean pates, and dainty bits make rich the ribs, but bankrupt quite the wits.
My loving Lord Dumaine is mortified. The grosser manner of these world's delights he throws upon the gross world's baser slaves, to love, to wealth, to pomp. I pine and die with all these living in philosophy.
I can but say their protestation over. So much, dear liege, I have already sworn, that is, to live and study here 3 years, but there are other strict observances, as not to see a woman in that term, which I hope well is not enrolled there, and one day in a week to touch no food, and but one meal on every day beside, the which I hope is not enrolled there, and then to sleep but 3 hours in a night, and not be seen to wink through all the day, which I hope well is not enrolled there. Oh, these are barren tasks, too hard to keep, not to see ladies, study, fast, not sleep.
Your oath is passed to pass away from these.
Let me say no, my liege, and if you please, I only swore to study with your grace and stay here in your court for 3 years' space.
You swore to that, Barone, and to the rest.
By yea and nay, sir, then I swore in jest. What is the end of study? Let me know.
Why, that to know, which else we should not know.
Oh, things hid and barred, you mean, from common sense?
Aye, that is study's godlike recompense.
Come on, then. I will swear to study so, to know the thing I am forbid to know, and thus to study where I well may dine, when I to feast expressly am forbid, or study where to meet some mistress fine, when mistresses from common sense are hid, or, having sworn too hard a keeping oath, study to break it, and not break my troth.
These be the stops that hinder study quite, and train our intellects to vain delight.
Oh, why, all delights are vain, but that most vain with which pain purchased doth inherit pain. These earthly godfathers of heaven's lights that give a name to every fixed star have no more profits of their shining nights than those that walk and what not what they are.
Oh, well, he's read. To reason against reading.
Proceeded well, to stop all good proceeding.
He weeds the corn and still lets grow the weeding.
Barone is like an envious sneaking frost that bites the firstborn infants of the spring.
Well, say I am. Why should proud summer boast before the birds have any cause to sing? Why should I joy in any abortive birth? At Christmas I no more desire a rose than wish a snow in May's newfangled mirth, but like of each thing that in season grows.
Well, sit you out. Go home, Barone. Adieu.
No, my good lord, I have sworn to stay with you. Give me the paper, let me read the same, and to the strictest decrees I'll write my name. Item, that no woman shall come within a mile of my court. Had this been proclaimed?
4 days ago.
Let's see the penalty. On pain of losing her tongue, who devised this penalty?
Marry, that did I.
Sweet lord, and why?
To fright them hence with the dread penalty.
A dangerous law against gentility. Item, if any man be seen to speak with a woman within the term of 3 years, he shall endure such public shame as the rest of the court can possibly devise. This article, my liege, yourself must break. For well you know, here comes in embassy the French king's daughter with yourself to speak about surrender up of Aquitaine to her decrepit, sick, and bedrid father. Therefore this article is made in vain, or else vainly comes the admired princess hither.
What say you, lords? Why, this was quite forgot.
So study evermore is overshot, and when it hath the thing it hunteth most, 'tis one as towns with fire, so won, so lost.
We must of force dispense with this decree. She must lie here our mere necessity.
Necessity will make us all forsworn 3,000 times within this 3 years space. If I break faith, this word shall speak for me. I am forsworn on mere necessity. So, to the laws at large, I'll write my name. And he that breaks them stands in attainder of eternal shame. But is there no quick recreation granted?
Aye, that there is. Our court, you know, is haunted with a refined traveler of Spain. Don our motto, a man in all the world's new fashion planted, that hath a mint of phrases in his brain. One whom the music of his own vain tongue doth ravish like enchanting harmony. How you delight, my lords, I know not I, but I protest I love to hear him lie, and I will use him for my minstrelsy.
Costard the swain, and he shall be our sport. So to study 3 years is but short.
Nice job, gentlemen. Very nice. I really enjoyed that. And you will enjoy it if you go to the show virtually. Love's Like Lost. It opens June 5th. Okay, so we're moving on now to Samuel Tamburo, who is going to do the opening speech from Richard III, a play we did last year, and was played by the director of Love's Labour's Lost last year. And Samuel, take it away.
Now is the winter of our discontent, made glorious summer by the son of York, and all the clouds that lowered upon our house in the deep bosom of the ocean buried. Now all our brows bound with victorious wreaths, our bruised arms hung up for monuments, our stern alarums changed to merry meetings, our dreadful marches to delightful measures. Grim-visaged war hath smoothed his wrinkled front, and now, instead of mounting barbed steeds to fright the souls of fearful adversaries, he capers nimbly in a lady's chamber to the lascivious pleasing of a lute. But I, that am not shaped for sportive tricks, nor made to court an amorous looking-glass, I that am rudely stamped and want love's majesty to strut before a wanton ambling nymph, I that am curtailed of this fair proportion, cheated of feature by dissembling nature, deformed, unfinished, sent before my time into this breathing world, scarce half made up, and that so lamely and unfashionable that dogs bark at me as I halt by them. Why, I, in this weak piping time of peace, have no delight to pass away the time, unless to see my shadow in the sun and decant on mine own deformity. And therefore, since I cannot prove a lover, to entertain these fair well-spoken days, I am determined to prove a villain and hate the idle pleasures of these days. Plots have I laid, inductions dangerous, by drunken prophecies, libels, and dreams to set my brother Clarence and the king in deadly hate, the one against the other. And if King Edward be as true and just as I am subtle, false, and treacherous, this day should Clarence closely be mewed up about a prophecy which says that G of Edward's heirs the murderer shall be. Died thoughts down to my soul, here Clarence comes. Oh, brother, good day. What means this armed guard that waits upon your grace?
Thank you, Sam. Nice job. And we're moving on to me. And I'm doing sonnet number 60, like as the waves make toward the pebbled shore. Like as the waves make toward the pebbled shore, so do our minutes hasten to their end, each changing place with that which goes before. In sequent toil all forwards do contend. Nativity, once in the main of light, crawls to maturity, wherewith being crowned, crooked eclipses 'gainst his glory fight, and time that gave doth now his gift confound. Time doth transfix the flourish set on youth, and delves the parallels in beauty's brow, feeds on the rarities of nature's truth, and nothing stands yet for his scythes to mow. And yet, in times, to hope my verse shall stand, praising thy worth, despite his cruel hand. Okay, now we're moving on to Anne Childress, who is going to give us Helena's speech from All's Well That Ends Well. She gives it to the king, whom Simon played 3 or 4 years ago. And take it away, Anne.
That I confess, here on my knee, before high heaven and you, that before you, and next unto high heaven, I love your son. My friends were poor, but honest. So's my love. Be not offended, for it hurts him not that he is loved of me. I follow him not by any token of presumptuous suit, nor would I have him till I do deserve him. Yet never know how that desert should be. I know I love in vain, strive against hope, yet in this captious and untenable sieve, I still pour in the waters of my love, and lack not to lose still. Thus, Indian-like, religious in mine error, I adore the sun that looks upon his worshipper, but knows of him no more. My dearest madam, let not your hate encounter with my love, for loving where you do. But if yourself, whose aged honor sights of virtuous youth, did ever in so true a flame of liking wish chastely and love dearly that your Diane was both herself and love, oh then give pity to her, whose state is such that cannot choose, but lend and give where she is sure to lose, that seeks not to find that her search implies, but brittle-like lives sweetly where she dies.
Nice job, Anne. Thank you very much. And now we're moving on to our last dramatic piece, and that's going to be done by Simon Moody, Tony Brown, and Samuel Tamburo. They're doing King Lear, Act 4, Scene 6, on the heath with Edgar and Gloucester. Take it away, gentlemen. Sorry.
Poor, unfortunate beggar.
As I stood here below, methought his eyes were two full moons. He had 1,000 noses, horns whelked and waved like the enridged sea. It was some fiend, therefore, thou happy father, think that the clearest gods who make them honors of men's impossibility have preserved thee.
I do remember now. Henceforth I'll bear affliction till it do cry out itself, enough, enough, and die. That thing you speak of, I took it for a man oft will say, a fiend, a fiend. He led me to that place.
Bear free and patient thoughts. Enter. Oh, but who comes here? The safer sense will ne'er accommodate his master thus.
No! They cannot touch me for coming. I am the king himself.
Oh, thou side-piercing sight!
Nature above art in that respect. There's your press money. That fellow handles his bow like a crow keeper. Draw me a clothier's yard. Oh, look, look, a mouse. A piece. This piece of toasted cheese will do it. There's my gauntlet. I'll prove it on a giant. Bring up the brown bills. Well flown, bird. In the cloud. Give the word. Sweet marjoram?
I'll pass.
Pass.
I know that voice.
Oh, ha! Goneril with a white beard. They flattered me like a dog and told me I had white hairs in my beard ere the black ones were there. To say A and no to everything I said. A and no was two was no good divinity. When the rain came to wet me once, and the wind to make me chatter, when the thunder would not peace at my bidding. There I found them. There I smelt them. There, out. Go to, they are not men of their words. They told me I was everything. 'Tis a lie. I may give proof.
The trick of that voice, I do well remember. It's not the king.
By every inch a king. When I do stare, see how the subject quakes. I pardon a man's life. What was thy cause? Adultery? Thou shalt not die. Die for adultery? No! The wren goes to it. Small gilded fly does lecture in my sight. Let copulation thrive. For Gloucester's bastard son was kinder to his father than my daughters got 'tween the lawful sheets. To it, luxury, pell-mell, for I lack soldiers. Behold, yon simpering dame, whose face between her forks presageth snow that minces virtue and does shake the head to hear of pleasure's name. The fitcheon or the soiled horse goes to it with more riotous appetite. Down from the waist, they are centaurs, a woman all above. But to the girdle do the gods inherit, beneath is all the fiends. There's hell, there's darkness, there's the sulphurous pit. burning, scalding stench, consumption. Fight, 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 but, bah! Give me an ounce of civet, good apothecary, to sweeten my imagination. There's money for thee.
Oh, let me kiss that hand.
Let me wipe it first. It smells of mortality.
Oh, ruined piece of nature. This great world shall so swear out of naught. Dost thou know me?
I remember thine eyes well enough. Does thou squinny at me? No. Do thy worst, blind Cupid. I'll not love. Read thou this challenge. Mark but the penning of it.
Were all thy letters, sons, I could not see.
I would not take this from report. It is, and my heart breaks at it.
Read!
What, with this case of eyes?
Oh, are you there with me? No eyes in your head, nor no money in your purse. Your eyes are in a heavy case, your purse in a light. Yet you see how this world goes.
I see it feelingly.
What? Not mad? A man may see how the world goes with no eyes. Look with thine ears. See how yon justice rails upon yon simple thief. Hark in thine ear. Change places. And handy-dandy, which is the justice? Which is the thief? Thou hast seen a farmer's dog bark at a beggar?
Aye, sir.
And the creature run from the cur. There thou mightest behold the great image of authority. A dog's obeyed in office. Thou rascal beadle, hold thy bloody hand. Why dost thou lash that whore? Strip thine own back. Thou hostly lust to use her in that kind for which thou whipst her. The usurer hangs the cozener. Through tattered clothes small vices do appear. Robes and fur gowns hide all. Plates in with gold, and the strong lance of justice hurtless breaks. Arm it in rags. A pygmy's straw does pierce it. None does offend, none. I say none. I'll able them. Take that of me, my friend, who have the power to seal the accurser's lips. Get thee glass eyes, and like a scurvy politician, seem to see the things thou dost not now. Now! 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 Pull off my boots. Harder! Harder! So.
Oh, matter and impertinency mixed, reason and madness.
If thou wilt weep my fortunes, take my eyes. I know thee well enough. Thy name is Gloucester. Thou must be patient. We came crying hither. Thou knowest, the first time that we smell the hair, we wail and cry. I will preach to thee, Mark.
Alack the day.
When we were born, we cry that we are come. to this great stage of fools. This a good block. 'Twere a delicate stratagem to shoe a troop of horse with felt. I'll put it in proof. And when I have stolen upon these sons-in-laws, then kill, 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 kill.
Very nice job. Very nice job. Great job. Love that show. My favorite. Okay, now we're going to move on to the quiz about Shakespeare. And I've muted all the actors so they can't call out the answers. So here is the quiz. Let me share my screen. There are 15 questions. Overall, they're worth 5 points each. And then there are 5 bonus questions. So here's the first one. In what month is Shakespeare believed to have been born? Number 2, what is the name of Shakespeare's hometown? Number 3, the Globe is known as a famous Shakespearean theater, but what is the name of the Shakespearean theater still active in his hometown and a home to the Royal Shakespeare Company? Number 4, name the categories into which Shakespeare's plays are divided. A point per category. There are 3 available. 5, according to the RSC, what is the first play Shakespeare is believed to have written? 6, Shakespeare was married with children before he scarpered and moved to London. What is the name of his wife? 7, how many plays is Shakespeare commonly believed to have written? Now I have to move on to the, yes, there we go. And make it a little bigger so I can see it. Here we go. And number 8 is, what is the name of the Shakespeare play in which a jealous Moor is manipulated into believing his wife is cheating on him? Bonus, can you name his wife and manipulative friend? A point for each. Number 9, a theory exists which suggests a famous playwright working at the same time faked his death in order to write under the assumed name of William Shakespeare. Who is this? 10, which famous actor who lived in the 1700s built a temple to William Shakespeare in his front garden in Hampton, which has now become a famous tourist attraction? 11, which of these plays has not been made into a film involving Sir Kenneth Branagh as an actor or director? As You Like It, Hamlet, Romeo and Juliet, Love's Labour's Lost. 12, which Shakespeare play has been adapted for film the most as of 2013? Number 13, which of these modern films is not a Shakespeare adaptation? 10 Things I Hate About You, Clueless, She's the Man, Forbidden Planet. And the bonus is, which one is the adaptation and what was the adaptation actually named? The film of the non-adaptation. Sorry about that. And 14, which character says the line, "A plague on both your houses" in Romeo and Juliet? And finally, number 15, from which play is this quote taken? If you prick us, do we not bleed? If you tickle us, do we not laugh? If you poison us, do we not die? And if you wrong us, shall we not revenge? Okay, now that is the entire quiz. The last part of it, the last bonus, is there was a picture on the second page of the quiz, and there were 2 actors pictured there. They played Romeo and Juliet in 1996 in a very famous film. And 2 more bonus points for that. Send your answers to SSITP.org. You can put your answers in a private message to me on our Facebook page, or you can mail it to me at 517 Stannard Avenue, Syracuse, New York, 13207. And I think that's all the ways to do it. So we're done with our show. Thank you very much for your participation, actors. And this is for all the actors and Cara as well. And have a great day. And we'll see you next week at 2 o'clock.
All right. Bye, everyone. We're ending the stream.